Hey folks, Paul Dellegatto here with your Friday tropical outlook. And of course, we get Arlene off our list. We're really just in the very beginning of the hurricane season. You know, once in a while we'll get a random June storm, but as far as getting a damaging major hurricane, I'm not saying it's impossible, but certainly highly unlikely to get anything like that in June. We watched the tropics. It was an interesting area of low pressure way out in the northeast Atlantic that we were watching a couple of days ago. That's not going to develop. There's a lot of upper level winds. We talked last night about the announcement that there's an El Nino advisory in effect, indicating that water temps out in the Pacific are running way above average along the equatorial Pacific, and that ultimately kind of forces a fast-moving jet stream or upper-level winds to blow across the Atlantic basin. That's a huge negative for tropical development. However, that's kind of counteracted by very warm water in the Atlantic and the Gulf and the Caribbean. That's a huge positive. And the African monsoon season should be active. So you can make a case below average, you make a case above average. So right now we're talking about what looks like an average season. You can see the upper level shear. This is the shear, and there's just a lot of upper level winds. You like to see that because storms don't like strong upper level winds. And this is the upper level shear showing kind of a jet stream moving through Mexico, Texas, dipping into the Gulf, big trough along the East Coast. That's good. Yeah, it's good to see. It's also giving us a west-southwest wind that's going to last a couple of days. Some stronger winds along a front out across the Bahamas and Cuba, but that certainly isn't anything tropical on the way. Looking at tropical activity, as I said, June is usually a fairly quiet month. Get a random storm or two. It's mid-August until late September, which is the peak time. Then, of course, we drop off October, November. Always watch for potential October storm along our west coast. Then by November, things quiet down nicely. MyFoxHurricane.com, always loaded. All the information you need to see. Go to that on a regular basis. Get all kind of forecast models and satellite pictures and whatnot. In the meantime, hope you have a good weekend.